anatomy and physiology folks. We are back again to look at the esophagus a little bit and primarily the stomach. Okay, what do we see here? Well, we do see the esophagus. We definitely see the esophagus hanging out up top right there. The esophagus, of course, is going to come down the thoracic cavity, behind the heart, between the lungs, is going to pierce the diaphragm. We don't have a diaphragm sitting like right here, but if we did have a diaphragm sitting right here, it would have a hole in it right here for the esophagus to go through, and that hole is called the esophageal hiatus, the break or the space for the esophagus. Now, we don't have that here, but we do see the esophagus meeting the stomach. Stomach, of course, is this beautiful J-shaped organ. The stomach has several regions. The region where the stomach joins the esophagus is called the cardiac region. The dome-shaped region next to that, lateral to it, is called the fundus of the stomach. Then the vertical part, so I'm going to draw a line there to separate the vertical part. The vertical part of the stomach is the body of the stomach. And then this last part here, the more horizontal part towards the end, is the pylorus or the pyloric part of the stomach. And the different regions of the stomach actually do different things. They have different jobs. They can secrete different things as well. Now, in this big gross view of the stomach, we can also notice something else. There is this medial curve here. This medial curve right here is called the lesser curvature. So that is the lesser curvature right there. And you can probably guess that this lateral curve, my tracing messed up a little bit right there, this lateral curve here is going to be called the greater curvature. Okay, so we got all of that. Check out, of course, the neighbors to the stomach. We're going to see the liver over here. We got the small intestine here, pancreas hanging out below, and then the spleen hiding back there. Okay, let's keep going. We've sliced open the stomach here. We've sliced open the stomach. All right. What do we see when we slice open the stomach? Well, we do still see the regions that we saw earlier. We still see the cardiac region. We still see the fundus. We still see the body. And we still see the pylorus. But now we see more. There's other stuff that we can find here. We're going to see the smooth muscle of the stomach right here. Right here. That smooth muscle of the stomach right there, where I put two ugly blue arrows, is the cardiac, again, I apologize for my penmanship right there, sphincter. That is the cardiac sphincter. The primary job of the cardiac sphincter is to prevent backflow from the stomach to the esophagus. Remember, the stomach makes this gastric secretion that's really acidic. We don't want that acidic solution, that mixture of acid and food, which, by the way, is called chyme. That mixture of acid and food is called chyme. And we don't want that chyme to backflow into the esophagus, and we prevent that by having the cardiac sphincter. It is also called the gastroesophageal sphincter, but that just would take me too long to write. So, anyway, what else do we see? Well, we see another sphincter at the distal end of the stomach. There is a sphincter right here. Look at that bulge of muscle. It's bigger and stronger. That sphincter is the pyloric sphincter. Now, we need a sphincter here because the stomach is capable of doing something that the small intestine is not. The stomach can expand. The small intestine cannot expand. I mean, well, the small intestine can expand a little bit, but the stomach can expand like crazy. So we have to limit the forward flow of chyme from the stomach to the small intestine. We do that by having this pyloric sphincter here. Now, how does the stomach able to expand so much? Well, what the stomach has are these longitudinal folds in it. I'm tracing one right here. Each of these folds is called a ruga. The plural is rugi. And the word ruga just means wrinkle. Rugi means wrinkles. These are folds that can unfold, allowing the stomach to expand, allowing you to store the food that you just ate. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What else can we see? I think we need to go on to the next and final slide. Oh, let me get out of the drawing board here. There we go. So, another stomach and esophagus, and I got a little small intestine here. Let's review and label all the stuff here. And then that'll be it for this episode. So we got our esophagus up here. Joining our stomach right here, where I am making a scribble, that is the cardiac sphincter. This would be the cardiac region of the stomach. Over here would be the fundus. Right here would be the body. And then over here, where I'm drawing a long P, is the pyloric region. And right here, you see the bulging muscle that I'm circling. That is the pyloric sphincter. Of course, over here we got our duodenum, the beginning of the small intestine. Now, what else can we see? We can see the lesser curvature right there. And we can see the greater curvature right there. Plus, we can see these longitudinal folds here. These longitudinal folds are, of course, rugi. All right, my friends, that is it for this one, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, and bye-bye.